You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. It's a worldwide. But I do.
Yeah, hi. My name is Linas. I'll be talking about Unit 3, citizenship and diversity in the UK. What are human rights? Human rights are rights inherent to all human beings, whatever our nationality, place of residence, sex, ethnic background, color, religion, language, or any other status. But we are all equal as humans and entitled to our human rights without discrimination. How did the human rights come about? Human rights were found, or you could say assembled, in 1978. The UDHR, otherwise known the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, is a declaration adopted by the United Nations General Assembly on 10th December 1948 in Palais de Chaillot, that was based in Paris. The declaration arose directly from the experience of Second World War and represents the first global expression of rights to which all human beings are inherently entitled. There are presently 192 member states of United Nations. The list, you can find the list online, availability, when they came in, how long they've been in there, so that is all online. That's the end of it.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. It's a worldwide.
Alright, what is the difference between human rights and legal or individual rights? Human rights is thing that people are morally or legally allowed to do or have. So, the minute you were born in, I said it in the first question, I answered it. It's everything you are allowed to have as a human being, and there should be no discrimination against it. A legal right or individual right, otherwise known, is something that is a right that is protected by the law, but also could be changed by the law as well if they make that decision.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. It's a worldwide.
The next one is explain why do we have legal and individual rights and what they are for. Well, in my opinion, why do we have them is for our own safety, for our own expression, so we actually know what they are. We have the right to education, right to freedom of speech and stuff like that, so we can protect ourselves with all the rights that we have legally.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. It's a worldwide.
Alright, number 4. One of the rights is the right to education. This was found in Protocol 1, Article 2, right to education. What it says, no person shall be denied a right to an education in the exercise of any functions which it assumes in relation to education and to teaching. The state shall respect the right of parents to ensure such education and teaching in conformity with their own religion and philosophical convictions. So it doesn't matter if your religion, if you're religious in such way that you might not accept the education. There are places where actually they give you that kind of chance to still get an education, so everyone has the right to free education. The next one is freedom of expression. You have the right to hold your own opinions and to express them freely without governmental interface. This includes the right to express your views aloud or through published articles, books, or leaflets. You can literally print out leaflets, hand them out. That's what I think. You might be running against something, you might not like what government is doing, so you have that right to show your expression and hand out what you think. This is stated in Article 10, freedom of expression. Everyone has the right to freedom of expression. The right shall include freedom to hold opinions and to receive and import information and ideas without interference by public authority and regardless of frontiers. This article shall not prevent states from requiring the licensing of broadcasting television or cinema enterprises. So what I think is saying that you can only go a certain distance until you are actually not allowed to give out your speech in such way which is not allowed by the law.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. Mr. Worldwide.
Number 5. A trade union is formed when workers join together to pursue policies and goals beneficial to one and all. In other words, a union is you and your fellow workers acting together to better your everyday working conditions. The history of trade unionism in this country is frequently dated from 1792. This happened, local union was formed by the journeyman cordwainers, or otherwise known shoemakers of Philadelphia. Within the next 10 years, unions of shoemakers, carpenters and printers were founded in Baltimore, Boston, New York and several other countries. So that means everyone had that idea that this was actually working and their bosses were listening to them, so they made themselves work better and their bosses respect them. So that's how it came about, and it continued and it continued, and it just goes to this day.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. Mr. Worldwide.
Number 6. Number 6 we have the Police and Criminal Evidence Act 1984. The Pace Codes of Practice provide the core framework of police powers and safeguards around stop and search, arrest, detention, investigation, identification and interview detainees. So that gives them the right to do all of the above things that I said. The Data Protection Act controls how your personal information is used by the organization, the business or the government. So they actually protect your information that you have personally given to them or they would like to know about you. They have to be able to protect it so it won't be stolen or used as a fraud. The Equal Pay Act is an act of United Kingdom Parliament which has prohibited any less favorable treatment between men and women in terms of pay conditions of employment. This means that before, maybe in olden days and a little bit right now, men get paid more than women, and that's how this act came up about. That this is not fair for the women that are exactly working the same way our men are, and they're still getting paid less. So that's that act. A passport is an easily recognized travel document or identification document. This is issued in any of the countries that you are living in and you are a citizen in. For example, in my case, I have a Lithuanian passport, so I'm a citizen of that country and I have it as my identification and travel document. The national insurance number is a number used in the United Kingdom in the administration of the national insurance or social security system. It is also used for some purpose in the UK tax system. The number described by the United Kingdom government as a personal account number, literally. Yeah, by that number, your employee could type it in, probably not 100% sure, but you type it in, type that number, and all the information about you will come up saying, well, did you have any kind of suspicious arrest, or what happened, have you been fired, and so on. And it has all the information, where you live, or most of the information that you have provided to the government is all on there.
You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. Mr. Worldwide. But I do, I do. You don't get them girls loose, loose. You don't get the world loose, loose. You don't get money. Oof, oof. but I do.
I say y'all having a good time.